circle blues. When I see the circles out, I get glum, there is no doubt. Got me the old chair circle blues. When I see chairs in a round, that's when I start to panic. Flap me hands all in the air, the doctor says I'm manic. Oh no, it's not right, association every night. Got me the old chair circle blues. Hello and welcome to Not the Chair Circle, the antidote to group therapy. Episode 5, Series 5. Now today we're going to be taking a break from this series theme of existentialism because this month marks the second anniversary of the show. Yes folks, we are 2. Now we used to call ourselves the show that the algorithm had forgot, but recent events have proved that to be far from true.
Silence, pathetic insects!
It's the mighty algorithm! We have also enjoyed our biggest surge in numbers recently, with our figures doubling in the last series. Now fear not, dear viewers, we are not going to subject you to the clip show to end all clip shows, but later on in the show, our resident chat show host, Mike Gobshite, will be interviewing our CEO and producer, Bobby No-Mates, to elicit his thoughts on this landmark occasion. But before that, we return to what has become our tried and trusted formula of putting out random chunks of so-called entertainment, as has been our wont over this last 24 months. Now, one of the first items ever to grace the programme was Culture with a capital K. Yes, that's right folks, Poetry Corner. We shall be continuing our recital of quaint limericks as recorded by old Bob earlier in the series. Run VT. Oh, I'll tell you a classic. There was a young fella called Shit, a name he disliked quite a bit, so he changed it to Shite, a step in the right direction, I think you'll admit. Oh, hang on. Oh, he's coming back now. That'll do. Well folks, as subtle as a brick through the jeweller's shop window. Continuing with another staple ingredient of the programme to date, we turn now to musical therapy. When Rod and Don Hemsby recently reformed the internal combustion gravy train with the aid of Doug and Den Dempsey, we accidentally acquired 3 new acts for the price of 1. Rod and Don have agreed to continue working as solo artists in their own right, and Doug and Den have a long-standing musical output as a duet, covering many musical styles and genres. It is Don, aka the Failed Folkie, who will be entertaining us tonight with his take on the traditional folk air.
Musical therapy.
All around my flat, scatter cushions and pillows that I got from Habitat, all with 12 months yet to pay. And if anyone should ask me the reasons I hire purchased them, it's all for my true love. She moves in today. Fare thee well, stuffed badger, and fare thee well, horse brasses. A girlfriend I have gained, but my furnishings I've lost. For she did declare that before she would move in with me, there'd be redecoration at some considerable cost. All around my flat, scatter cushions and pillows that I got from Habitat, all with 12 months yet to pay. And if anyone should ask me the reasons I hire purchased them, it's all for my true love. it's a girl thing, she did say. We met at Glastonbury. She said she was a wanderer, no four walls could contain her. Her spirit was too free. But before the weekend was over, as I packed up my tent and pegs, she found my Morris Minor, and she was travelling back with me. All around my flat, scattered cushions and pillows that I got from Habitat, all with 12 months yet to pay. And if anyone should ask me the reasons I hire purchased them, it's all for my true love. Well, she's thrown my old stuff away. Net curtains at my window, and out went my sleeping bag. The double bed she has ordered will cost £1,000 or more. I couldn't understand it when we were first a-coupling there. She didn't mind bare windows as we rolled around the floor. All around my flat, scattered cushions and pillows that I got from Habitat, all with 12 months yet to pay. And if anyone should ask me the reasons I hire purchased them, it's so I can return them, 'cause I'm not sure that she'll stay. Now, the next time that has become a staple part of the show was the direct result of an impassioned plea from Dr. Robert all the way back in Series 2. In order to dissuade Shaggy from making unsolicited contributions to Dr. Robert's out-of-my-mind dissertations, it was felt that he should be awarded his own little slice of the show in which to fully express himself. And so the imaginatively titled Shaggy's Bit was born. It has since become tradition that Shaggy refuses to tell me, or indeed anybody else, what the contents of his bit will be. Now tonight I must admit he has been even more unforthcoming than usual, and there has been ribald laughter coming from his cupboard all afternoon, both from him and from other members of the crew. Never mind, it simply falls to me to say, over to Studio 2. Shaggy's beat, Shaggy's beat is better than the rest of it. Shaggy's beat, this is Shaggy's beat. Hello viewers! It's time for Shaggy's bit. Did you guess? Now tonight, viewers, as we are in retrospective mood, I thought I'd do one of my own. No, not about my good self. Tonight I would like to put the spotlight on a member of the team who's been here from the very start. In fact, even before that. Tonight I shall be taking an in-depth look at Link Bob, one slaphead and his shirts. A Shaggy's Bit retrospective. Oh, look viewers, it's our CEO and producer Bobby Nomates. Give him a round of applause. You didn't know. Now, before I go any further, I think I should explain that most quintessential of British terms, the slaphead, for our viewers from further afield. Now, the slaphead is a classic Anglo-Saxon combination of the onomatopoeic and the noun. It refers to the slap noise made with the hand or any other flat object when it strikes the crown of the head of the bald person. It also serves as a descriptive noun of the said bald person, although this is slightly irreverent. Now I know that Link Bob won't mind me mentioning his slap-headedness, because he's demonstrated a great sense of humour about it himself in the past. Unlike other folk round here who just can't take a joke. Shaggy, stop that at once. The boss has got no sense of humour. Now, Link Bob first appeared as the one-off presenter on the documentary Annular Anxiety, which came before the first real episode of the show itself. So he was the first face anyone ever saw. It's amazing we even got to episode 2. Here in the documentary we see Link Bob under pressure to conform from Bobby No Mates. Note the smart tie hired to him by Bobby, the suit we found in a bin at the back of the Oxfam, and the mullet, the classic compromise of the slaphead who does not want the full-on skinhead. In episode 2 of series 1, Link Bob is obviously trying to make a compromise with our CEO, producer and bossy boots Bobby by turning his trademark scarf into a nice smart tie, as is the boss's fanatical obsession. Unfortunately, Link Bob only succeeds in looking like a cut-price William Hartnell. During the rest of series 1, Link Bob stuck more or less to the tie whenever Bobby was around. By series 2, however, his unique sense of style could be suppressed no longer. As time progressed, and Bobby sodded back off into his office, Link Bob's outfits gradually metamorphosed into the explosion in a paint shop wardrobe that we've come to expect today. It had been decided at the executive level that Link Bob was to remain strictly off the thumbnails, so as not to ruin the show's chances before it even got a look in. In the early days, due to lack of contributors, Link Bob was allowed to be involved in certain projects, most notably a musical therapy where he endeavoured unsuccessfully to engage the public. So I'll sing the main bit, you follow him, and we'll see how we get on. Well, I'm the king of the swingers, whoa, jungle VIP. I reached the top and I had to stop, and that's what's bothering. His final disgrace was an interview with the boss himself. These disasters did lead, however, to 2 decisions being made that would alter the course of the whole show. Firstly, Bobby stepped into the limelight from the wings in musical therapy, and the world was given its first taste of heavy metal xylophone. CBT and DBT. Following the interview, Bobby decided to cast his net wide, resulting in the acquisition of our very own teleprofessional, Mike Gobshite.
Yes, thank you.
And the rest is pretty much history.
Yes, yes.
Bobby could not, in all fairness, get rid of Link Bob after all he'd done for the show, so instead it was decided that his contribution should be one of minimal exposure to the public. Bobby set him up in Studio 4, never more to roam. Now when the gang first got a look at Link Bob's shirts, we all thought, well, he must be wearing them for a bet, mustn't he? But no, apparently he thinks they're the height of elegance and chic. We asked various members of the team what they made of old Linky's style.
Robert's shirts? Well, I could tolerate the shirts if it wasn't for the silk fancy knotted around the neck. It's effeminate. Most disturbing.
Well, Bob on the Link. The guy's pure style. He could give Jason King lessons. You what? Link Bob's shirts? Well, it's up to him, I suppose. You think his mum were frightened by a florist when she were carrying him? In the end, though, viewers, the whole gang had to admit that he's the only bloke in the universe who'd take on the job of hosting this show. So, well done, Link Bob. Busting. There's a curly whirly on your chair. Oh, he sat on it. Say you, viewers. Shaggy's Beat. This is Shaggy's Beat. Recognition at last. Actually, I'm honoured to be the first person to be the topic of Shaggy's bit and escape with only minimal mockery. No, to my mind, he's still a man for all seasons, and he's the bloke I'd most like to be stood next to when World War III breaks out. Well, it's nearly time for me to sign off now, viewers, but before that, the gang has asked me to express their extreme gratitude to you all, our cherished viewers, for making the last 2 years such an absolute blast. They sincerely hope that you've enjoyed it as much as they have. And I, as usual, would just like to thank you for your kind indulgence. And now on to the real retrospective tonight. Our resident chat show host, Mike Gobshite, has finally persuaded our CEO and producer, Bobby No-Mates, into the hot seat in the Gobshite interview suite. Over to Studio 6.
Good evening and welcome to Gobshite with me, Mike Gobshite. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by a man without whom none of this would be possible. CEO, producer, fashionista, influencer, and the country's leading heavy metal xylophonist. Bobby No-Mates, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Michael.
Well, boss, I can't call you anything else, I apologise. That list of achievements in itself is staggering. How do you cram it all in?
Well, I initially meant my own role within the programme to be purely administrative, dealing with the show's production and also the dissemination of literature concerning Sellae-circulophobics awareness. But things took an unforeseen turn during the filming of Series 1.
Before my time, I'm afraid, boss. Please enlighten me and the audience.
It became apparent early on that young Robert, who I had initially hired to narrate the original documentary, Annular Anxiety, was simply not up to the task of maintaining a full programme of entertainments when the series took off.
How so?
Well, the series descended rapidly into his own personal anecdotes, and then there was his woeful attempt at musical therapy. That was when I felt that I had to step in, as it were.
Really?
Yes, do not misunderstand me. Robert is a good man, but not a talented man. He lacks the show business intuition that people such as yourself and I instinctively possess. As a reward for his loyalty, I've kept him on doing the links. That I feel is about the limit for his contribution.
Yes, perhaps we should go on to your discovery of Sellae-circulophobics, which led to the creation of Not the Chair Circle. When did the theory first come to you?
Oh, it was in an actual group therapy session at the Basket Weavers Hotel. A session which I've been forced to attend after a ludicrous diagnosis from my GP and several therapists.
Oh, space. Hi, good evening everyone, and welcome to Emotion Workshop's initiation group. Please call me Nick.
Hang on, lad. Is this not anger management?
No, I'm afraid not.
Bloody hell, they've moved the sodding meeting again. Bloody anger management? I'll give them sodding anger management when I find the bastards.
Oh dear, but perhaps I'd better check the lists. Well, we seem to have a mixed bag today. Perhaps you would all like to answer your names and say why you think you're here. Shaggy.
Right here, boss. Apparently I'm suffering from chronic, persistent irreverence. How's your bum for blackheads?
Ah, I see.
What?
Robert.
That's Dr. Robert to you, and I don't understand why you're here. I'm the consultant psychiatrist around here. We don't need you.
It says Ward 6 delusional here.
Outrageous! I am not putting up with this.
Oh, well, as you're our only female here, you must be Miss Hume. May I call you Dorothea?
It's Miss, not Ms. Dorothea Spume. And no, you may not. I've heard about counsellors like you. Inappropriate, over-familiar. Are the Bedlam Boogie Boys not coming to group tonight?
No, they were all released this morning. Apparently, singing barbershop quartet in a barbershop is not a sign of mental instability.
Well, in that case, I'm going back to the TV lounge. You wait till I tell Matron about your improper behaviour. Well, it was at this point that I began to question the format of the meeting. As the circle broke down, the tension in the room began to dissipate.
Tough crowd tonight, boss. Here. What a curly whirly. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Robert Nomatez.
Ah, yes, that is I. And I question the efficacy of this group dynamic as a diagnostic tool.
Are you ready now?
I feel that your faux Arthurian adoption of the circle falls down when you take a superior position to the rest of us, thereby making a mockery of the supposedly egalitarian arrangement of the seating.
You what?
The circle is meant to make us all feel equal, yet you flaunt your power with that symbol of authority, the clipboard. By this metric, we should all have clipboards.
I don't believe this. I tell you what, Bush, if I leave, you can be a triangle. See ya. Right, Shaggy, my son. There he goes. You're not doing so well, are you?
And after that, I submitted a paper containing my findings to the board of the Basket Weavers Hotel and the General Medical Council, but to no avail. It was then that I decided to go it alone, raising awareness of the condition that I had now dubbed Sellae-circulophobics from the Latin.
And the rest, as they say, is history. Now, in order to celebrate your success to date, we would like to give the viewers another chance to see the recording of the song that you yourself penned to raise awareness of the condition and to promote SCAG, the Sellae-circulophobics Action Group.
Very well, Michael, as you wish.
And now, viewers, for only the second time on screen, the cast and crew of Not the Chair Circle join together to perform Bobby's own composition, Break the Circle.
Cue Dorian. It's meeting time. There's no need to be afraid.
Just in a round. Who's to say they can't be rearranged? Put some over by the window. Put some over by the door. If you don't like where you're seated, then just sit up on the floor. If the counsellors don't like it, you can tell them it's your show. If they won't mend their ways, then just don't go. Break the circle, put the chisel in a row and break the circle. If they act up, just don't go. Just don't go. Go! Just don't go. Just don't go. Go! Give them a no-show. Just don't go!